Hey guys, I'm Saion Gupta and I'm 10 years old. I'm the founder of 10xforthekids.com. And if you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do it so that you can get daily JavaScript content in this channel. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay, so today I will tell you my story, how I started coding, my journey of coding. So are you excited for this? I am, because I'm recalling my past. Okay, so let's start. So my journey was quite weird. Okay, it was quite weird. It all started when I was 9 years old. Okay, so when I was 9 years old and I was watching some cartoon named Chota Bheem. Okay, so I remember that I was watching a cartoon and its name was Chota Bheem. Okay, so my father just came into the room and spoke up. You are not going to learn anything from this silly cartoon. Okay, so he said that you are not gonna learn anything from this silly cartoon. It is true, we can't learn anything from a cartoon. Okay, so by the way, he's a computer engineer from IIT. Okay, so back to the topic. Okay, he just picked up the TV remote and switched off the cartoon. Man, I was really furious at that time. How can he just switch off a cartoon when I was so young? My studies had EVS, something like these all, not science, geography and all. I was not in middle school also, I was in junior school, and every junior school child likes to see cartoon with their food. So I was having food and he just switched off my cartoon. Man, that was the most ridiculous thing in my life for that time. But now I don't watch cartoons. Man, I'm in 6th. So at that time I was 9 years old. But now I'm 10. Okay, so I don't watch cartoons. Okay, and he just picked up the TV remote and switched off my cartoon. I was really furious at the time, man. And then he said, "Come with me to my laptop." I said in a low voice, though I was furious, "Okay, Papa." So, if you don't know what is Papa, it is father. So, I said, "Okay, Papa," though I was so furious at that time. Man, cartoon was the most, it was the biggest thing for me at that time, because I hardly got time to see a cartoon. Okay, so I hardly got time to see cartoon and he just switched it off. Okay, and then when I said him, I went there to his laptop and he said that you should learn coding. Okay, so my brain was working quite differently, that what the heck is coding, man? Okay, so I at the very first moment was speechless, thinking what the heck was coding. Okay, so what the heck was coding? Because a child who watches cartoon, my father, cartoon is here and coding is here, and my father just introduced coding when I was watching cartoon. Okay, so I thought, what the heck is this coding? Okay, then I asked him that what is coding, because I can't say the word heck to my father. Okay, so what is coding? And he responded that we speak English and Hindi. So we speak English and Hindi. Hindi is an Indian language. Okay, so I speak Hindi. So computers also have their own language. Okay, so he responded that we speak English and Hindi, computers also have their own language. Okay, and now he said that by coding we can make computer do certain tasks for us. Like we have these apps, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. They are built by coding only. So he said that we can make the computer do certain tasks for us using coding. And like these Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, which are on the highest level these days, he said that these are made using coding. So like I was literally jumping on my seat saying, yay, I can build Facebook, Instagram, Twitter using coding, and when I build them, I can earn lots of money, and I will build 3 of them and be a billionaire. So I thought that like coding must be really easy. Okay, so let's go on. So okay, and then the very first moment I was really excited, and the first thought that came to my mind was, I can make Twitter, Instagram and Facebook if I learn coding. Coding must be so easy. I could make it big if I learn coding. So like this sentence means that coding must be so easy, man. I thought that coding must be easy. I will just write a command and then be rich and all. But this is not coding. By writing a command, you don't achieve anything. Okay? So one command is nothing. But like if you have a big code and you forget to write your main command, then it is everything. So this is the difference. But at that time, I didn't write any programs. Okay, I didn't write any programs at that time. Okay, so like I was jumping here and there and spoke loudly. Yes, I want to learn coding so that I can make Facebook, Instagram and Twitter and be rich, a billionaire, the smallest, youngest billionaire in the world. But that is not true. Okay, so my father was happy to see me interested in coding. He said, then okay, let's see a YouTube video on which programming languages is best for beginners. So like he said, okay, let's see a video on which programming language is best for beginners. Okay, again I was speechless, thinking how many languages can a computer understand. Okay, and I asked my father a question, that how many languages can a computer understand? He replied about 100 or maybe thousands. So you notice here, computer can only understand like one language, that is binary. But at that time, my father didn't want to make it complicated for me, that I didn't know what, I was not into the world of computers at that time, man. I was an average student in computers. Like I just knew what is Microsoft Word, what is Microsoft Excel and these all. But I was not introduced to the main world of computers. Okay, at that time. So my father said that you can like he said that computer can understand about hundreds or thousands, though it can understand only one language, that is binary. But these JavaScript, C++ and Python in which we code, these are high level languages. So these are high level languages. That's why my father didn't want to make it complicated for me. So he said that the computer can understand hundreds or thousand languages. Okay. So when he said that, again I was shocked. Every computer can understand about 1,000 languages, but the human who made this computer can only understand 2 or 3 languages. Bro, I was shocked. Like the human who made the computers could only understand 2 or 3 languages, but the computers who were made by humans could understand about hundreds and thousands. though it can understand only one language. Keep it in mind, okay? So then we searched on YouTube which coding language is best for beginners, okay? We searched it and there came a lot of videos like top 3 programming languages, top 5 programming languages and all. But I liked the video on JavaScript and its thumbnail was also really stylish. Okay, so I liked the video on JavaScript. Okay, I liked it mainly because its thumbnail was really stylish. So like if you are a YouTuber and you are watching this, then your thumbnail or your title should be really stylish so that viewers get attracted. Okay, so I convinced my father to play that video and he did, because he knew JavaScript was one of the best languages and he wanted my interest to keep growing, though I did not know anything about coding. So he played the video and the person in it said to code in Firefox. Okay, so like he played the video for me so that I don't lose interest in coding, because coding is a good field to go into. And like the most richest person also like the most richest person became the most richest person like by coding. So he built, so if you don't know who is the most richest person, it is Jeff Bezos. Okay, and he has a company named Amazon, and Amazon is the Amazon app that we use is made of coding, by using coding. Okay, so that person in that video, the person in that video said you have to code in Firefox. Okay, so like I did not know what was Firefox and forced my father to install that web browser, though we had Google Chrome, but I always thought the video was correct. Okay, so like though we had Google Chrome, I convinced my father to code in Firefox so that like we don't have any errors. Man, I did not have brain at that time. What is a web browser? What is that? What is this? Okay, so like I said that just install it. Whatever is it, just install it. Okay, so I said that. So we were trying to install. We were trying to install Firefox again and again, but it gave some issues, and about 2 or 3 hours later, it had completely installed. Man, that was a really hectic time. That Firefox thingy was not getting installed only. It was giving issues again and again. I was really frustrated at that time, but then after 2 or 3 hours, it had completely installed. Okay, so I was really excited, and in the video they said to press F12 to open the console of the browser. Okay, so we pressed it and the console was opened. Okay, then that person told us to write a force command that was alert hello world. Okay, and I was jumping on my seat to see this command create Facebook for me, and I asked my father, Papa, will this command create Facebook for me? And then he laughed out loud and said, no, just wait and see. Okay, so like I didn't have sense of coding, and I said, Papa, will this single command will create Facebook for me? You also must have been shocked that how can a child be so like brainless. Okay, so you must be thinking that, but I was not introduced to the computer field before I started coding. Okay, so like it happens. Okay, I was quite happy and quite sad also, thinking that it will not be able to make Facebook from I will not be able to make Facebook from this command, and maybe I will create Instagram or Twitter from it. Okay, so like this is such a brainless statement. Like I thought that if this is not able to create Facebook, then it will create Twitter or Instagram. Bro, this is quite shocking. Okay, so you must be thinking, how can a person be so stupid? Every 1 year old child must be also knowing that you can't create Facebook or Twitter from that one command. If that was true, so let's go on. So like Facebook from this command, and maybe we'll create Instagram or Twitter from it. I wrote the command in the console and I was shocked. It literally just brought a pop-up, a small pop-up in which there was written hello world and there was an OK button. So like it just wrote hello world in a pop-up and it had a button OK. Okay, so like this is only what alert does. Yeah. Okay, so I still had hopes that if I press the OK button, then it will create Twitter or Instagram for me. But after hitting OK, it did not do anything. So like after clicking OK, I did not code that what will it do after clicking OK. Okay. So I asked my father, what will this do for us? I was still very excited because my father had mentioned that I can make social networking sites from this coding, but I thought it would happen from only one line of code. I then thought it was so foolish of me to think that I could make a social networking site from only one command, and if that was possible, everybody would have done it. My father replied to my question, Saion, this is used for lots of things. For example, if you ask for an email ID from a user and he just inputs an invalid email ID, then we can alert him that he has entered a wrong email ID. Okay, so this is why we use alert, to like alert the user that you are doing this wrong or this happened, or okay, so you understand my point. I was speechless at that time, thinking it is so useful, and then I said, oh wow. Then we did our second command, that was prompt hi, and it brought a pop-up. It also brought a pop-up but with an input field. So I thought like it is bringing a pop-up like alert, but why is it bringing an input field? So I asked my father, what is this for? And he replied, this is for taking input from the user. For example, if you want the user's name, then you could prompt, what is your name? You could do prompt, what is your name? So I thought prompt was so useful. If we did not have prompt, then we could not take input from that user. Okay, so like I thought that if we did not have prompt, then we could not take input from the user. But that is not true. In HTML, there is an input tag from which you can take the input from the user. So then we could not. Okay, so our last command in the video was console.log. Okay, so our last command was console.log, and in that hello world, and it printed hello world in the console. I was thinking, why do we use this? And then I asked my father, Pops, what does console.log do? And he replied, console.log is mostly used for testing. When you will make a proper program, then you will come to know where we can use console.log. I said, okay, I just want to go further and make social networking sites. That is my main goal. Okay, So if you don't know, I have made social networking sites also. So I will do a video on that about, I will tell you about me 10x with the kids and all. Okay, but in this video, this is part 1. Okay, so this was my first introduction to the world of coding and computers, and the journey had just started, and it continues in part 2. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, just smash that subscribe button too, because you will get JavaScript content daily on this channel. Okay, and for your kind information, I will bring Python content too on this channel. Okay, so if you are a Python developer, you can learn Python from this channel. In I will start Python from the next week. Okay, so I was just reminding you, if you are a Python developer and you are seeing this video, okay, so I will bring Python content too in the next week. Okay, so thank you guys, bye.